Man, I'm built different, period. I'm just built different, man. And I've always had an eye, discipline, and a work ethic that I've had at a young age that I just applied there.
We're often told to seek approval, to be liked by everyone. But what if this common wisdom is a hidden trap? What if the very act of chasing validation subtly diminishes your true influence and perceived status? Prioritizing approval, whether consciously or not, often signals a deep-seated dependency on external opinions. It suggests your self-worth is tied to how others perceive you, making you vulnerable to their whims. This constant need for validation can lead to conformity, stifling originality, and genuine expression. You become a reflection of what you believe others want rather than your authentic self. Conversely, an indifference to external validation projects an entirely different image. It communicates self-sufficiency, inner conviction, and a powerful sense of autonomy. When you don't seek approval, you're perceived as someone who operates from strength. This quiet confidence naturally elevates your perceived authority and desirability. You become a magnet for respect, not because you demand it, but because you embody it. This dynamic reveals a fundamental truth about power. It flows towards those who need it least. The subtle signals we send through our need for approval, or lack thereof, constantly shift our status. Recognizing this hidden system allows you to navigate social landscapes with greater awareness. It's not about being arrogant, but about understanding the profound impact of your internal state. So, what if the ultimate form of social intelligence isn't about being liked, but about being unshakably self-possessed? How might your interactions change if you truly embraced indifference to external validation? Observe the subtle cues, a forced smile, a hesitant gesture. This constant need for external validation often stems from a subconscious dependency. Prioritizing being liked makes your value conditional. It's a low-status strategy, making you dependent on others' fleeting opinions. Now, consider true confidence. Individuals who make decisions without seeking external validation, maintaining their stance with quiet resolve. Their indifference to validation isn't arrogance, it's profound self-assurance. This creates an aura of authority and respect. High-status individuals operate from an internal locus of control. Their approval is a valuable commodity, not a desperate plea. Imagine invisible strings connecting those who seek approval to those who grant it. A subtle, yet powerful form of control. The person who needs less is inherently perceived as having more. This dynamic plays out in every interaction, from work to relationships. It's not about being disliked, but transcending the need for universal acceptance. It's about cutting those invisible strings. If true status isn't about being liked, but about being unburdened by the need for it, what hidden dependencies are still shaping your reality? True power often emerges when we are indifferent to external opinions. The relentless pursuit of being liked isn't a path to genuine influence. This constant need for external validation undermines our perceived authority. Conversely, an indifference to validation projects an aura of self-sufficiency. This isn't arrogance, but a deep-seated security that signals high status. When you don't need approval, you become inherently more desirable and influential. This isn't about being disliked. It's about understanding social capital. The moment you prioritize external validation, you inadvertently devalue your own worth. What if the greatest act of influence is simply to stop trying to be liked? On the surface, seeking approval seems beneficial, a path to acceptance and belonging. Yet this constant need for validation subtly signals dependency and a lack of self-sufficiency. It suggests your worth is determined by external opinions, not your inner strength. This behavior, though common, can be perceived as weakness, undermining your true potential. It's a hidden rule of social dynamics, often overlooked but profoundly impactful. Now, consider the power of indifference to external validation. When you don't chase approval, you project an aura of self-contained authority. This isn't about being arrogant, but about knowing your worth intrinsically. True self-worth isn't derived from external sources. It's cultivated from within. Individuals who are self-contained naturally attract respect without seeking it. They focus on their purpose, and their inner strength becomes an external magnetism. This is the status paradox. The more you chase approval, the less valuable you become. Conversely, the less you need it, the more it's offered freely. The liked person often becomes a follower, dependent on external validation, while the indifferent person, grounded in self-worth, naturally emerges as a leader. This dynamic reveals a deeper system of power and social hierarchy. What other hidden rules govern our social interactions and perceived status? Your desire to be liked might actually be weakening your influence. In social settings, constantly agreeing or seeking validation can signal a lack of conviction. When we always try to please, we often lose our unique voice. This endless pursuit of universal acceptance can dilute our true identity, leaving us with little to stand for. True status isn't about dominance. It's about perceived value and influence. It's recognized in quiet confidence, decisive action, and respectful disagreement. This genuine influence isn't something you demand. It's earned. And it rarely comes from desperately seeking everyone's approval. The constant pressure to be universally liked takes a significant mental and emotional toll. When you try to appeal to everyone, you risk becoming memorable to no one. Your impact becomes diluted, and you lose your distinctiveness. Ultimately, trying to be everything to everyone means you risk becoming nothing to yourself. If being liked is a low-status strategy, what does it truly mean to be respected, to be influential, and authentically yourself? End of transmission. Reality will now resume.